So hello guys, in case you are really interested in cracking the amcat exam, this video is for you. Okay, so do watch this video till the very end in order to get the entire idea of the amcat quantitative aptitude section. Okay, so as you can see on the screen, the amcat quantitative aptitude will comprise of 16 questions and they have to be solved in 25 minutes. Okay, and in this video, this is going to be around an hour video, so I'll show you normally the pattern of questions that come in these 16 questions which are to be solved in 25 minutes. Okay, so let's get started with the syllabus of the MCAT quantitative aptitude. Okay, so these are ratio and proportion, percentages, profit and loss, numbers, time and distance, time and work, averages, mixtures and allegations, simple interest, compound interest, logs, progressions, permutation and combination, probability, spatial equations, number systems and hidden distances. So based on all these concepts, 16 questions are being framed and you have to solve them within 25 minutes. And if you follow this video till the very end, you will get a very good idea the pattern of questions that actually come in the quantitative aptitude section. And this will really help you in scoring more than 90 percentile. Okay, so let's go ahead with this video. So let's go ahead with the first question. Okay, a number is divided into 4 parts such that 4 times the first part, 3 times the second part, 6 times the third part, 8 times the fourth part are all equal. In what ratio is the number divided? So the first part be A, the second part be B, third part is C and fourth part is D. Okay, so by that what I mean that number is divided into 4 parts. Okay, so the first part is, so it means that 4 times the first part is equal to 3 times the second part, okay, 6 times the third part and 8 times the fourth part. Okay, they are all equal, so they are all equal to some sort of number, maybe k. Okay, now it is asking in what ratio is the number divided. Okay, now these are the relations in the 4 parts, like 4a equal to 3b equal to 6c equal to 8d. It is asking for what ratio is the number divided. Okay, so what is the actual first part? The actual first part, like a is equal to k by 4, b is equal to k by 3, c is equal to k by 6 and d is equal to k by 8. Okay, fine. So if I say that what is the ratio in which the number is divided, okay, we can say it is k by 4 is to k by 3 is to k by 6 is to k by 8. Okay, now this is in terms of fractions. So in terms of actual numbers without looking at the fractions, we can do so by obtaining the multiplication with the LCM. Okay, so multiplication with the LCM of all these denominators will actually convert these ratios into numerical form. Okay, in the numerator form. Okay, so what is the LCM of 4, 3, 6 and 8? It is 24. Okay, so let me just multiply all these ratios with 24, like k by 4 into 24, then k by 3 into 24, k by 6 into 24 and k by 8 into 24. So I get what? This thing. So the ratio is actually 6 is to 8 is to 4 is to 3. That is the answer in which the number is divided. I hope you get it, and I hope you know why we have multiplied the ratios with 24, because this is the LCM of all the denominators and we have to convert this ratio in the numerator form. Okay, so this is the answer. We move on to the next question. The length of a rectangle is increased by 10% and the breadth is increased by 20%. What is the consequent percentage increase in its area? Okay, so let the original length of the rectangle be L and the original breadth be B. Okay, Now length is increased by 10%, so it becomes 1.1 L. Okay, and if the breadth is increased by 20%, it becomes 1.2 B. This is the new length and breadth. Okay, then it is asking what is the consequent percentage increase in its area. So the original area was what? Of rectangle, length into breadth, and the new area is also the new one. It is length into breadth, which is 1.1 L into 1.2 B. So what does it come out to be? It becomes 1.32 LB. Okay. Now it is asking for what is the consequent percentage increase in its area. So percentage increase, how can it be measured? Like the new area, 1.32 LB minus LB upon the original area, which is LB into 100. So it comes out to be 0.32 in LB, okay, upon LB into 100. Okay, so LB gets cancelled out and we get 32 percentage as the answer. So the area gets increased by 32 percentage when the length of rectangle is increased by 10% and the breadth is increased by 20%. So this is a question which is based on percentages. Okay, and what was the concept which was used in the first question? It was on ratio and proportion. Next we move on. Third question is also on percentages, because percentage is a very important topic in case of amcat exam. Okay, so it is if Dinesh's salary is 20% less than Ishwar's salary, then by what percentage is Ishwar's salary more than Dinesh's salary? Okay, so let us see. Like if Dinesh's salary is 20% less than Ishwar's salary, so let us say that Ishwar's salary is rupees 100 and Dinesh's salary is 80, because it is 20% less than Ishwar's salary. Then by what percentage is Ishwar's salary more than Dinesh's salary? Now looking at it, if we say that if Dinesh's salary is 20% less than Ishwar's salary, can you say that Ishwar's salary is 20% more than Dinesh's salary? No, you cannot say. Okay, and this is the tricky part of the question. Now you have to understand what is going on. It is asking by what percentage is Ishwar's salary more than Dinesh's salary. So Ishwar's salary is 100, and how much it is more than Dinesh's salary? 100 minus 80 divided by, now what will come in the base? It says how much it is more than Dinesh's salary, like more than Dinesh's salary. So Dinesh's salary will come as the base. What is Dinesh's salary? It is 80. Okay, so this is how we do it. So it becomes like, it becomes 20 by 80 into 100. Okay, so it becomes 20 by 80 into 100. So it becomes 25%. So the answer is 25%. So we move on to the fourth question. The commission paid to the working partner of a business is equal to 30% of the profit left after his commission is paid. If his commission is known to be rupees 24,000, then find the total profit. So for that, we need to just read out this question very carefully. Okay, so it says that the commission paid to the working partner of a business is equal to 30% of the profit. So we can say that let the profit be P. Okay, no, it says that the commission paid to the working partner of a business is equal to 30% of the profit left after his commission is paid, and his commission is known to be 24,000. So if we subtract 24,000 from this, we get this. Okay, so this is what the question says, that it is equal to 30% of the profit. This is 30% of the profit left after his commission is paid. So this is what profit left after commission. Okay, and if his commission is known out to be rupees 24,000, then find the total profit. Okay, so we have 30 by 100 into P minus 24,000 is equal to 24,000, and then we can just cancel it out. Okay, so we have 800 coming over here, and so we have P minus 24 1000 is equal to 80000 by multiplying it with 100. So we have P equal to 80,000 plus 24,000. That comes out to be rupees what? 80,000 plus 24,000 comes out to be rupees 1,04,000. Okay. So this is the answer we have. So we have rupees 1,04,000 as the answer over here. So next question, which is find the remainder of the division. What is the division? Let me just complete the question. It is 5 to the power 64 by 6. Okay. So this is the question. We need to find the remainder of the division 5 to the power 64 by 6. By looking at first, it looks very confusing how to go about it. Can we multiply the number 5 64 times with itself? It doesn't look feasible. Okay. So there has to be a trick to solve it. Okay. Let us look at it. So we need to find some sort of pattern, and it is based on the concept of numbers. Okay. I've already made numerous videos on the topic of numbers. You can watch this from the playlist. Correct. So we need to find some sort of pattern. These are known as pattern based questions on numbers. So for that, let me just say 5 raised to the power 1 by 6. What is the remainder is? In that case, it is 5. If I say 5 raised to the power 2 by 6, it means it is 25 by 6. That means the remainder is 1. Okay. Then what we have, like 5 raised to the power 3 by 6, which means 125 by 6. In that case, remainder is 5. And if we say 5 raised to the power 4 by 6, we have 625 by 6, which means the remainder is 1. So we can say that for all the odd powers, like 1 and this is 3, for the odd powers we have the remainder as 5, and for the even powers we have the remainder as 1. Okay. So coming to the question, it is 5 raised to the power 64 by 6. It is an even power. So the answer for the remainder is 1. So 1 is the answer. So this is how we simply just solve it using the pattern technique. Okay. Let us move to the next question. It says find the largest power of 3 in factorial 599. So do we need to multiply 599 with 598 and 597? No, it doesn't look feasible. So there has to be a trick for that. So do watch this solution carefully. Okay. So whenever you are being asked to compute the largest power of any number in any factorial, how to go about it? Okay, let us see. So like the number is this one. The number is 599. Okay. Now the thing is, you will keep on dividing it by 3, like whatever the largest power you have to find out in that factorial, you have to divide it continuously by 8, and then you have to add up all the questions. Like if we divide it by 3, what is the question here? We'll write all the questions over here. Okay. So what will the question over here? If we divide it by this, it is what? It is 199 is the question, and it doesn't matter what the remainder is because we are focusing only on the question. Then we go again. What will be the question in that case? 66. Then we go again. What will be the question? 22. Then we go again and divide it by 3. What we get? 7. Okay. Then we go again. What will be this? This is 2. So these are all the questions from here to here. So we'll add up all these questions, like it is 199 plus 66 plus 32 plus 7 plus 2. So what is the answer we get here? It is like 265 and 22, 267, 287 and 7, 294. 296 is the answer over here. So this is the largest power of 3 in factorial 599. This is a trick to solve it. Okay. Next we have, in a given time, a boat can travel down the stream a distance which is 2.5 times. So in a given time, a boat can travel down the stream a distance which is 2.5 times that of the upstream travel. Okay. So the speed of the boat in still water is 14 kmph. Find the speed of the stream. Okay. So there is a boat going on, maybe upstream or downstream. So there are two things. One is the speed of the boat and other is the speed of the current. That is the water current. So we can say it is already given that the speed of the boat in still water is 14. This is the speed of the boat. Now we need to find the speed of the stream. So let the speed of the stream is what? Let it be x. Okay. So while going down, that is the downstream. Downstream means that you are going with the water current. Okay, so with the water current, what does it mean? It becomes 14 plus x, and while for the upstream, it becomes 14 minus x. So it says that in a given time, a boat can travel down the stream, okay, a distance which is 2.5 times that of the upstream travel. Okay, so it means that what is distance? Distance is speed into time. Okay, so we are talking about the downstream and the upstream comparison. So a boat can travel down the stream a distance which is 2.5 times, like the 2.5 into distance. Okay, this is the distance 2.5 times that of the upstream travel in a given time. Okay, so we can say that, like, so what we have, distance is equal to speed into time. So for the first distance, that is for the downstream, we can say that 14 plus x, which is the speed into time, is equal to 2.5 times of this speed into time. Okay, correct? So what we have, 14 plus x equal to 2.5 into 14. So what does that mean? It is like 35 minus 2.5x. So what we have, 3.5x equal to 35 minus 14, which is what? 21. So x is what? 21 divided by 3.5. Okay, so it is like this decimal gets cancelled out. So it is what? It is like 7 into 5 and 7 3. So it is 6. So it is actually what? 6 kilometer per hour. That is the speed of the stream. So that is the answer we have. Next question we have, in a circular race along a track of length 3600 meter, A and B run with speeds of 27 km per hour and 36 km per hour respectively, starting at the same point from the same point. Okay, starting at the same time from the same point. When will they meet for the first time at the starting point if they run in the same direction? So if you try to visualize, there is a circular track like this, and along a track of this much length, A and B run with speeds of this and this, starting at the same time from the same point. Okay, so if they run in the same direction, like from here, both A and B start running in the same direction but with different speeds. Like we can clearly see that B's speed is more than that of A. So B will go on like this and this, A will also go on like this and this, and at some point of time they will meet. Okay, so that is the thing it is asking, like when will they meet for the first time at the starting point. This is the thing, at the starting point if they run in the same direction. So you have a very simple formula for this, like if I say this, like whenever we have to find out in cases of circular races, like when will they meet for the first time at the starting point, what we have to do, we have to just calculate this LCM of L upon A comma L upon B, where A and B are their respective speeds. So the length of the track is being given as 3600 meter and A's speed is 27 kmph, kilometer per hour. So first of all, that has to be converted into meter per second because the length is being given in meters. So how can that be done? It can be done by what? By multiplying with 5 by 18. You know it better if you watch my videos on time and distance. It is a shortcut to convert from kilometer per hour to meter per second by just multiplying with 5 by 18. Okay. So it is what? 7.5 meter per second. And similarly for B, the speed is 36 kilometer per hour. So like 36 into 5 by 18. So it comes out to be 10 meter per second. Okay. So we just have to find out when will they meet for the first time at the starting point if they run in the same direction. So for that we have to just simply do this LCM of 3600 by 7.5 comma 3600 divided by 10. So what is this? LCM of what? We have LCM of 3600 divided by 75. What? How can we write this? 55 and this 360. Okay, so how can we write this? Let us just try to just divide it by 75, this 36,000 thing. So let us first of all, what, maybe it will definitely be cancelled out by 5. So 15 into 5, 75, and for this we have what, For working out with 5, we have 10, and we have this 7200. Okay, and then can it be just cancel out with 15? I think yes, like 15 into 4 is 60, 120, 80, and so this is what we have. Okay, so LCM of 480 and 360. This is what we need to have. So now we can just work it out like mentally without using any some sort of trick. So when we have like 480 being multiplied by 2, it gives 960, and for 360 multiplying by 2, we have 720, and when it is multiplied by 3, what does that give? It gives 1080. With 4, what does it give? 1440. Like you have to match it out. So when it is multiplied by 3, this 480 thing, what does we get? We get 1440, so it matches out. So 1440 is the LCM of 480 and 360. So we have 1440 meters. So this is the distance after which they meet for the first time at the starting point. Okay. So this is the trick we have used in the question. I hope you liked it. So just hit the like button in case you like it, and we move on to the next question without wasting any further time. So next question is, a piece of work can be done by 24 men in 4 days working 10 hours a day. How many men are needed to complete another work which is twice as large as the first one in 48 days working 8 hours a day? This is clearly the question based on time and work. Very important topic. Okay. So in time and work, we have a very important formula like M1 D1 H1 divided by W1 is equal to M1 M2 D2 H2 divided by W2, where MDH depicts man, days and hours, while W represents the work. Okay. So we have two instances, like a piece of work can be done by 24 men, like 24 in 4 days working 10 hours a day. Okay. How many men are needed to complete another work which is twice as large as the first one, like it is twice of the W1. Okay. In 48 days, we have to find the number of men. Okay. So it is M2 into 48 days into 8 hours a day. Okay. So this is what we have. So we can like this 2 into 4, we can just cancel it out like this, and we have 24 into 2 is 48, and then what we can say, we can like have this W1 getting cancelled out, and 2 into 5, so M2 is 5 men are needed to complete this work twice as large as the first one in 48 days working 8 hours a day. So this is how we just simply use our tricks in order to solve complicated looking questions very easily and very quickly. We move on to the next question. Oh, this is an interesting one. So this is based on average mixtures and allegations. So how many kilograms of wheat costing rupees 20 per kg must be mixed with 28 kg of wheat costing rupees 15 per kg, so that the resultant mixture costs rupees 18 per kg? So there are two varieties of wheat which price differently. Okay, and when they are being mixed, we get a resultant mixture which costs rupees 18 per kg. Okay, so this is a concept which is based on allegations. Okay, do comment on the video if you want to, do comment below if you want a detailed video on the concept of allegations. I'll be posting it for you. Okay, and you will be getting all the tricks on solving these sort of allegations questions. So do comment allegations. Okay, I mean ALLIGATIONS, which is this average mixture and allegation, and not ALLEGATIONS, which means some otherwise. Okay, so let us go ahead with this. So how many kilograms of wheat costing rupees 20 per kg? We write 20. Okay, must be with 28 kg of wheat costing rupees 50. We write 15. Okay, so this is how we do it. This is the dearer price. This is the cheaper price of the variety. We mix both the varieties. Okay, we mix it. Then what we get? We get the resultant mixture cost rupees 18 per kg. This is the average we get. Now comes the tricky part. This is the trick being used in the allegations question. Just subtract it. 20 minus 18 is 2. 15 and 18 difference is 3. So this is the ratio 3:2. And what does that mean? This means this is the ratio of the quantity which is being mixed. You try to understand, like how many kilograms, this is the question it is asking, how many kilograms of wheat costing rupees 20 per kg must be mixed with 28 kg of wheat costing rupees 15 per kg. So this 15 thing, this rupees 15 thing is having what quantity? 28 kg, which means this 2 corresponds to 28 kg. Okay, and this ratio 3 corresponds to what? This is 3 is to 2 is in respect to this 28 kg. Okay, so if 2 means 28, then 3 means 42 kg. Simple. It means that 42 kg is the answer. Like how many kilograms of wheat costing rupees 20 per kg must be mixed. So this is the answer, which is 42 kg. You can comment for the average mixture allegations below in order to get a detailed video on this concept of allegation. This is a very tricky and interesting concept. Okay, let us move to the next question. A vessel has 500 ml of alcohol, 50 ml of alcohol is removed, and 50 ml of water is poured into the vessel, bringing the volume of the mixture in the vessel back to 500 ml. If this operation is repeated another 2 times, what is the percentage of alcohol in the vessel at the end? So we have a vessel here and we have some alcohol out there. This is all alcohol and this is 500 ml of pure alcohol. Okay, so 50 ml of alcohol is being removed, it is being taken out, and in that place 50 ml of water is being poured. 50 ml water. So the original quantity becomes 500 ml again, but the concentration of alcohol is obviously decreased now, because previously it was purely alcohol and 50 ml of it was taken out from the vessel. Now in that place 50 ml of water is being poured into the vessel. Okay, bringing the original volume of the vessel back to 500 ml, but definitely the concentration of alcohol has decreased. It says if this operation is repeated another 2 times, what is the percentage of alcohol in the vessel at the end? So overall, the question says this operation is being performed total 3 times. There is a simple formula which I am going to give. Just note it down to solve such sort of questions. These are known as mixture based questions. Okay. So for this mixture based questions, you have the formula P minus Q divided by P raised to the power N equal to K. So K is the resultant concentration. N is the number of times the operation is performed. P is the original quantity. Q is the quantity which is being replaced. Okay. So this is what we have, 500 minus 50 upon 500 raised to the power 3 equal to K. So we have 450 upon 500 raised to the power 3 equal to K, which means it becomes what? It can be cancelled out like 9 by 10. Okay. So we have 9 cube by 10 cube, which is 729 divided by 1000 equal to K. So K comes out to be what? 0.729. This is the concentration. Okay. It is asking for what is the percentage of alcohol in the vessel at the end. So to find out the percentage, we multiply it by 100 and we have 72.9% as the answer. Okay. So I hope you got it. The main thing was the formula and the understanding of the question. Okay. Next question, we have a certain sum triples in 3 years under compound interest at a certain rate of interest. In how many years would the sum become 9 times of itself at the same rate under compound interest? So we have a formula to calculate the compound interest like A equal to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power N. Okay, this is the formula we have been studying from the classes. Okay. So we are being given that a certain sum triples in 3 years under compound interest at a certain rate of interest. So we have like the certain sum triples itself. So amount becomes 3P. Original is P. Okay. And we have 1 plus R upon 100. And what is this? What is, and in that case it is being given, it becomes triple in 3 years. Okay. So this is the equation we have. So we can say that 3 is equal to 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power 3. Okay. So we we don't have any further information about this R thing. So let us just consider this entire term as capital R. So R cube is equal to 3 is what we have. Okay. So for the next case, what we have? For the next case, we have in how many years would the sum become 9 times of itself at the same rate under compound interest. Okay. So we have this time 9P equal to P 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power N, because we have to find out the value of N this time. Okay. So what does that become? 9 equal to this 1 plus R upon 100 raised to the power N, and we know that 1 plus R upon 100 is capital R. So it is R raised to the power N. Okay, so this is what we have: r raised to power n equal to 9 and r raised to power 3 is equal to 3. Okay, so 9 can be like written as what? 3 square equal to r raised to power n. Okay, and we know that the value of 3 is r cube, so we can write like r cube to 2 equal to Rn. That makes r raised to power 6 equal to r raised to power n. So n is equal to 6. So n comes out to be 6. So in 6 years, the sum would become 9 times of itself at the same rate under compound interest. So next question we have: solve for x like log 80x equal to 6. This is clearly a question based on logarithms. I know that some of you are very much nervous about the questions on logs from your school time itself. So let us just simplify it. Okay. First of all, in order to solve the logs question, you need to understand what is the definition of log. So what is the definition of log? It is like if a raised to the power x is equal to n, then log n to the base a is equal to x. This is what is all about the logarithm. This is the definition of logarithm. So if a raised to the power x is equal to n, then log n to the base a is equal to x. This is the definition of logs. Now we need to just compare it with the question. Like we are being given like log 80 x is equal to 6. Try to understand whenever the base is not given of the log, by default the base is 10. Okay, so we mark it as 10. Okay, now we try to compare it with the equation itself. We compare this with this. Okay, so in that case what we have, now we have to formulate this: a raised to the power x is equal to n thing from this. Okay, like if we compare this part with this part, then what we have, n is 80x here. So we can write like, in order to formulate this, we can write 80x over here, and over here what is a? A is the base thing, which is 10. Okay, and this is what? A raised to the power x. So 10 raised to the power x, x is this one, 6. Okay, so 10 raised to the power 6 is equal to 80x. Quite simple. So this is what is the answer. Okay, this becomes very simple. We cancel it out like 1, and then we have got what? So we have got 12,500 as the answer. 12500. So this is 12,500 as the answer over here. Okay, so 12,500 is the answer. So quite simply we have solved this question with the concept of logarithm by just applying the definition of logarithm, not any formula or any trick. Okay, next we have for the word adroit: how many words begin with a but do not end in t? This is clearly a question based on permutations and combinations. Okay, so for the word adroit, this is the word adroit: ADROIT. Okay, so total 6 distinct letters are there. In order to get a better understanding of this concept, do watch the entire videos on permutation and combination, which are already being posted on the channel. Okay, you can watch it. So for the word adroit, how many words begin with a but do not end in t? Okay, so first of all we have to see how many words can begin with a. Okay, so for a we just fix it out over here, and remaining are 5 letters. So total factorial 5 words can be formed if we will fix the letter a in the first place. Okay, now say how many words begin with a but do not end in t. They should not be ending in t. So how many of these letters are there which begin with a and end in t? I take it from the otherwise, from the other perspective. So how many words are there which begin with a and end in t also? Like I fixed t. So how many of these are remaining? These are 4. So these are factorial 4. Okay, now we need to find out how many words begin with a but do not end in t. So these are the letter words which begin with a. These are factorial 5. And how many of them are these which begin with a and n in t also? These are factorial 4. So we need to subtract them from the total ones. So we have factorial 5 minus factorial 4, and which give the number of words which begin with a but do not end in t. Okay, you got it? because this factorial 4 represents the number of words which begin with a and end in t, while we need to find out the number of words which begin with a but do not end in t. So we have factorial 5 minus factorial 4. We have 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 minus 4 into 3 into 2. So we have 120 minus 24. So 96 is the answer over here. Okay. So this is how we solve these questions on permutation and combination by understanding the basics of the question. We have not even applied any sort of formula on permutation and combination. Okay. So next we have the question on probability. If 4 dice are thrown simultaneously, what is the probability that the sum of the numbers is more than 21? Okay. So 4 dice are thrown simultaneously. Okay. And for each dice, we can have 6 outcomes. So total sample space, what can be the sample space over here? What can be the sample space? It is 6 raised to the power 4, which is 1296. So if 4 dice are thrown simultaneously, what is the probability that the sum of the numbers is more than 21? We have to see it by case. Like for case 1, what can be the possible scenarios? Like we get 6, 6, 6, and we can have over here like 4. So the total sum becomes 22 in that case. So how many of permutations are possible? These are like this 6, 6, 6 and 4 can be in any sequence. Like 4 can come in the first place, 6 can come in the second place. Okay. So for that, the number of permutations are factorial 4 upon factorial 3. Factorial 3 is in the denominator because there are 3 similar numbers. In order to get a complete understanding of this concept, do watch my videos on permutation and you will be an expert. Okay. So it gives 4. Then we have case 2, which can be like 6, 6, and we can have what? We can have 5 and 5. So in that case also we have 22 as a sum. So in that case we have what? Factorial 4 upon factorial 2 into factorial 2, because there are 2 6 and 2 5. So factorial 4 2 into factorial 2 in the denominator. So what we have? 4 into 3 into 2 upon 2 into 2. So we have what? 6. Then comes case number 3. Okay. So case number 3 we can consider like there are 3 6 and 1 5. So it will be factorial 4 upon factorial 3 for 3 sixes. So this will come out as 4. And then for case number 4, we can have it as 4 sixes, all 4 sixes. So it will be factorial 4 by factorial 4, that is 1. So if we add up all these cases, like case number 1, 4, case number 2, what it is? It is case number 2 is 6, then case number 3 is 4, and case number 4 is 1. So 4, 6, 10, 14, 15. So overall probability is what? 15 by the sample space, which is this 1296. So that is the answer. We can just divide it by 3, I think. So it will be 5 and it will be 432. So 5 by 432 is the answer there. Next we have Nakul Kumar has 3 50 rupee notes, 400 rupee notes and 6 500 rupee notes in his pocket. If two notes are taken at random, what are the odds in favor of both notes being of 100 rupee denominations? So this is a problem which is based on definitely probability, but which involves the concept of combination, which is the selection part. Okay. So if you are aware of the topic of permutation and combination, permutation means arrangement and combination means selection. Okay. So this is a question based on selections, because you are selecting some notes out of the total. Okay. So what will the probability in that case? It will be what? There are 350 rupee notes, 400 rupee notes and 6 500 rupee notes. So total there are how many type of notes? 13 type of notes. Okay. I mean 13 number of notes which are of 3 types. If two notes are being taken at random, what are the odds in favor of both notes being of 100 rupee denominations? So what is the favorable event? Like how many 100 rupee notes are there? 4 types of 4C2. So out of the 400 rupee notes, 2 are being selected. This is the favorable event, and the total event is 13C2. Okay, as there are total 13 type of notes, I mean the 13 notes, and 2 notes are being taken. So the sample space is 13C2. So now we go on. If you know the formula, NCR equal to factorial n upon factorial r into n minus r factorial. Okay, so we'll apply here. So it becomes factorial 4 upon factorial 2 into factorial 2 divided by factorial 13 divided by factorial 2 into factorial 11. Okay, so we have 4 into 3 into factorial 2 upon factorial 2 into factorial 2, and then it comes up over here. So it is multiplied by factorial 2 into factorial 11 upon 13 into 12 into factorial 11. So factorial 11 gets cancelled by factorial 11, factorial 2 by factorial 2, then factorial 2 by factorial 2, 4 into 3 is 12, so 12, so it comes out to be 1 by 13. And you say that 1 by 13 is the answer, but no, wrong, because 1 by 13 is just the probability. Okay, 1 by 13 is the probability of this event, but we need to find out what are the odds in favor of both nodes. Okay, so there is a slight difference between probability and odds in favor, because probability means, what is probability? It is favorable events upon total events. Okay, but what does odds in favor means? Odds in favor means favorable upon unfavorable. Okay, so from the probability itself, we have the favorable events is 1 and total events are 13. It means the unfavorable is 12, which is total minus favorable. Okay, it means odds in favor becomes 1 by 12. So 1 by 12 is the answer. So that's the part that you have to take notice of, because if you just mark 1 by 13 as the answer, you will get the wrong answer. Okay, so for calculating odds in favor, first of all we need to calculate the probability, and then only we can have the odds in favor of the event. I hope you like these 16 questions, as these are strictly based on the pattern of questions being asked in amcat over the years. I hope this video is useful to us, and you have now a good taste of the amcat exam. So I wish you all the best going into the quantitative aptitude section of amcat exam. Do watch this playlist for more. Okay, I wish you happy learning, and please join our WhatsApp group to get the written material on this video. Okay, link for which is given right there in the description link below. Also, for the relevant sections coming up in the quantitative aptitude, the questions which we have discussed in this video, the core concepts, link for which is given right there in the description link below. So do subscribe the channel, and I wish you happy learning, and bye bye.